Hey there, I'm Mark.
I'm Evan.
And on this week's episode, we talk about a lot of different things.
We really do.
Yeah, like it's all over the place. I disappoint myself and Evan gets mad at me for it.
Mark's wife is my number 3 that I follow on Instagram.
Yeah, and for some reason, Dr. Tess from Australia drops in to say hi.
Enjoy. Maybe I was going to say, I missed you.
Oh, man. I actually love that's what you said. I have been feeling so sentimental about you today. I had a dream about you and Nina last night that we were hanging out and we were test driving new versions of your Porsche. And we were going up and down Yonge Street, trying it out and grabbing coffee and everything. And then when I woke up, I saw your note and I texted you or whatever at 4:45 and you were awake. And I was like, oh, such camaraderie, man. So
this is you in your office at home now?
It's the start. Idea to action. I decided to do this office. I put a light right here. So that way I look maybe a little bit better for you.
It still looks like you're in some cave, but
it could be worse. It could be like, is this better?
Hold on.
Now I look like a hostage, don't I?
Hold on. You do look like a hostage. It's camaraderie time, baby. That's what I'm talking about. Here we go. All right. Where's your Believe hoodie, Mark?
You've never given me one. Never given me one. I could go to the store. I just need to go to evancarmichael.com, go to the link that says expression, and go.
Not anymore.
Oh, you launched a new website today.
5:45 this morning.
Yes, while I was running, and that's why I was surprised you were up at 4:45 instead of getting your 9 hours of sleep.
I slept today until let's say I went to bed at 5 something. What did I posted on my Instagram? When did I go to bed? 5:40.
Okay.
Hold on.
But then you and I were texting at 6:45 again.
Oh, was it? No. 5:40 I went to bed. 5:39 I went to bed, and I woke up at 10 something.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. How's it going, man? Anyway, so welcome to my new office. Idea to action.
I like it.
I may look a bit like I'm being held hostage, but what people can't see is that, well, I guess you can't see.
Wow.
This weekend I got to finish insulating and soundproofing all of this.
What's going to be on the wall behind you? That's what I want to know. That's the most important thing.
I wanted to paint it my yellow color.
Just solid yellow, no pictures?
Solid yellow. Well, but on top of that, you don't even realize is my computer, my laptop is sitting on my dog crate, and my dog is in there right now. Can you see dog crate?
Yeah, it's
look at all this junk.
Yeah, it's pretty junky, but it looks decent from that angle.
From this angle, it looks not bad, right?
But we need something more than just the yellow. You need
more yellow, more light, right? I gotta be bright. I need a better camera. You what else do you want? What do you suggest?
I don't know.
No, for background. You said it can't be just yellow.
Something you gotta express, Mark. You gotta express yourself. I feel maybe like Mark Drager. In that picture we were talking about.
That's at my work office. This is my
Mark
home
Drager.
office. I have the ability to have all of these different spaces for myself.
What's on the Mark Drager website right now?
Oh, you're gonna go to markdrager.com. It's a photo of me on stage.
Oh, super pixelated. My backstory, daily videos. Are you updating this? Not really.
Yeah.
No, look, the videos are so old. Those aren't your videos anymore.
What are you talking about? If you just scroll down, but go to daily videos, it pulls from my feed.
I did. It sounds like you've got Louis on here. When was the last time you made?
No, you're just scrolling down. Go to daily videos.
Oh, I have to keep going down? No, there's nothing there. Where's daily videos?
At the top on the navigation, click on daily videos.
Oh, I was scrolling down.
Yeah.
So
the scrolling down are the homepage or just some videos that I think I updated this maybe 2 months ago. So those were the best performing videos at the time. But right. I have better ones. Now, yeah.
Okay. Anyway, welcome to the podcast, guys. What are we talking about, Mark?
What are you talking about? We always usually chitty chatter. So one, I wanted to talk about how sentimental I was feeling talking to you this morning, but we did that, I guess. You last week talked about the sleep study.
Wait. Can we tie in exactly what did I send you without even knowing this is the topic? Did you see what I sent you? The picture?
The picture of you the illustration of the bag of things from the past.
Yeah.
So on Instagram, Evan designs all of these cartoons that are really, really clever and good, actually. You take
This one's not out yet. This is a sneak peek, but I thought of you. And so I had to send a
Yeah,
screenshot.
and that makes me bad, actually, when you say, I thought of you. You sent me a video earlier this week where you're like, hey, this moment made me think of you. But you don't tell me why. You don't give me the context. So I watched the entire thing and I go, is this good? Is this bad? What do you mean it made me think of you? But anyway, you put this illustration
that's
together.
Something else. I'm teaching you, Mark. I'm teaching you the other thing. But anyway, let's talk about the picture first so we get to the video.
Yeah, well, we got time to address all of these things. So,
Right.
So the photo, you have this great illustration of this person lugging this massive, massive sack that says like the past, like all of this baggage, right?
Yeah.
And then there's a caption of you just chilling there. And what do you say? You say something like,
wouldn't it be easier if you left that behind? And the thing at the top says live in the present.
And then you went, hey, this reminds me of my, friend who carries all this baggage and doesn't live in the present.
and then we start by how sentimental you are. It's so good. The timing is amazing.
Listen, man, I woke up this morning and then I sent you that text, thinking about Nina, and then you responded. You were supposed to be sleeping.
You sent me a Facebook message. I don't text.
Fine. I sent you a Facebook message and you were supposed to be sleeping. I didn't expect when the bubbles came up. I was like, what? And then we start talking and I look at the clock and it's 7 minutes to 5. And I'm like, yes.
I hadn't gone to bed yet.
Yes. We're doing this. We're talking about stuff. And then, yeah. Anyway, just made me feel close to you. Plus, I guess I had that dream about Porsche buying. So I was test driving Porsches on Yonge Street for some reason.
Wow.
Anyway. So what was it with the video? So Evan, earlier this week you sent me a video as well, and you said this part reminded me of you, and the part you linked to was you misspeaking, you saying something over and over and over again, and then I watched the whole video, but I couldn't figure out why it reminded you of me. Why it reminded you of me?
Oh, because I was trying to say, what did I misspeak? Former mentor is what I said.
A former mentor of mine. A former mentor of mine.
But I didn't say former mentor. I said former. Like I flubbed it. I totally flubbed it. And so then I said, "Wow, that's hard." Former mentor. I got to say that 3 times fast. Former mentor. Former mentor. Former mentor. And then I went, "Yes."
Yes, you did. And then and Christina left it in.
That smile right there. That's why I thought of you.
Because you knew I'd love it.
Yes.
I do love behind the scenes chitter chatter and stuff like that. I love outtakes. I love all that stuff.
But not just the outtakes, the self-congratulations that's attached to it. They're like, here's this moment that I screwed up, and then I'm going to challenge myself to fix it in the moment, and then I do it, and then I'm proud of myself. Yes, and the hand gesture down, they're like, yes, we did it.
And then you pulled it off.
That is a Mark Drager moment.
Why?
And so yes,
why?
I'm gonna
Why?
Why?
Why? I mean, it's cool, but I'm not the one to do it over and over and over again. And then go, yes, I got it. Let's go.
Well, one, because you appreciate that stuff.
Yes, I do.
But you appreciate it because you want more of it for yourself.
I do.
So that's why I sent it. And that's why I sent it with no context, because you're going to get this stuff. This is training.
It's training.
You don't need to watch the whole video. I linked to a certain
I did watch.
spot.
I did. Yeah, you linked to that spot, and then I watched the whole thing, and then I went,
great.
Yeah, what? Yeah, I overthought it.
Yeah, but your message was, am I the former mentor? Like, no, it's not even close. What are you talking about?
I think I know who the former mentor
That's
was.
not what we're talking about. That is not. This is a different discussion. What are you talking about? What are you even saying here? Anyway, so yes, I'm going to send you even less context on stuff because it's training. Because you're actually better than you give yourself credit for at this stuff. And this is the process of doing it.
Thank you. I love that. Can I share with you and all of our listeners a hard lesson I had to learn this morning?
This morning? Ooh, I like this.
Just this morning.
Okay.
So while you were busy launching the greatest website in the history of the world, something that's going to change the course of mankind.
Very exciting.
I was at the gym.
Okay.
And today we had to do this workout called Catch Me If You Can. And the basic premise is over the course of 23 minutes while you're on the treadmill, you have these time blocks. So by 4 minutes, you have had to run a certain amount. Otherwise you get eliminated.
Okay.
By 6 minutes. And then, so it goes basically every 2 minutes. And then by the 16-minute mark, they start to eliminate you every minute. And the basic thing though is the distance, the times get shorter and the distances get greater. So if you don't start off hot, by the end, you are going to be so far behind because everything just gets harder and harder and harder. So I've never done anything like this. I'm super intimidated. I'm like, okay, I'm going to aim for the 16-minute mark. And I typically run at like a 6 or a 7 on the treadmill, but I had to run 8.5 from the beginning to be ordered to know that towards the end, I would have enough, I'd be far enough ahead to make all of these really hard milestones. So I start running at 8.5 and I'm running at like 8.5 and 8 and 8.5 and 8. And then, so I'm making it. And so it's great. So I passed the 12-minute mark. I passed the 14-minute mark. I passed the 16-minute mark. I'm like, I'm running faster and harder than I ever have. And I'm feeling amazing because I'm like, I am crushing what my expectations were.
Okay.
And then we get towards the end and there's like 3 minutes left. And so I pick up my pace and I start running at like a 9, which is even faster. And then with 2 minutes left, I start running at 11, which is my all-out speed. The treadmill only goes to 12. I'm running at 11. I have 2 minutes left, and I'm running, and my heart rate is at 100%. And I'm like, and then halfway through that, I look down, and I realize mathematically that there's no chance that I'm going to make this milestone. That I can't make it. And running at 11 is really hard. And if there's no point in me making it, then what's the point in me running 11? Right? Like I can't make it. So what's the point? So I dropped down to 9. And then with 20 seconds left, I look down and I realize I must have messed up my math. I can make it. I can make this milestone. I had to run by the 20-minute mark. I had to run 2.8 miles. In 20 minutes, I had to run 2.8 miles. And I look down and I'm so close. So I put the machine to as fast as it'll go to 12. And I'm running and everyone's cheering. I'm the only person left. Everyone's cheering. They're cheering me on. They're like, you can do this. This is great. And when time is called, I was 0.03 away.
Nice.
I got eliminated.
Nice. I'm so excited for you.
I got eliminated.
Nice.
0.03. So I had to run to 2.8. I ran to 2.769.
Nice. You deserve that on so many levels.
If I had 5 more seconds, I would have made it.
No, you don't deserve the 5 seconds.
And so here's the thing. One, I was so proud of myself because I only thought I was going to go to 16. And then suddenly it looks like I could have actually won this. And then at the same time, I didn't because halfway through, I didn't push all the way to the end and I gave up. I was like, well, what's the point? What's the point in, if I'm not going to make the cutoff, what's the point of pushing myself? So I gave up a minute before the end and it cost me actually hitting my goal.
But it cost you a lot more than that.
Yeah.
It cost you everything.
I know, everything, the whole thing. Yeah. And everyone's high-fiving me and I'm like, don't high-five me.
No, what?
And they're like, you went further than you thought. I'm like, yeah, but I gave it all up. I'm so mad at myself. I'm so mad that I want to run it again this afternoon, but I don't have time to do it. Yeah. It's a hard lesson, eh?
You're still too outcome driven.
What are you talking about? I gave up on myself when I could have kept going. And now I feel terrible about it because I should have gone right to the whistle. I should have gone right to the end all the way. I shouldn't have given up.
Yes.
Yeah.
Great.
So that's why I'm not going this afternoon to actually win it, because I want to sit in this disappointment of the lesson of me failing myself and making myself mad.
But even in the last, like if I had 5 more seconds, for what? To hit your stupid milestone that means 0. The thing that matters most is in the moment. Now you caught it afterwards. Now you need to catch it in the moment and say, awesome. I'm not going to hit my whatever target, but I'm still going to crush these next 2 minutes and go to 12 just because.
But I already crushed it though, because I went so much further, harder, faster than I thought I would.
Doesn't matter.
I was on top of the world and fine not making it, but it was the fact that I gave up, that I pulled back from 11 to 9. 9 is faster I was running before, but that I pulled back with time to go and then realized that it cost me hitting the
No.
milestone that I wanted to hit. What do you mean?
No,
No?
it
What do you
didn't
mean
cost you
no?
the milestone. It cost you your dignity,
Yes,
not the milestone. It cost you respect.
for myself.
Yes,
Yes,
that's what it cost you. The milestone is garbage. That's not what it
but the
cost you.
milestone is what was giving me respect.
That's the problem.
That's the problem. I don't get this stuff, I guess. I don't get this idea to action, this
What do you
this
mean? You got
effort,
idea to action. This is
this
an idea to
effort,
action. You
this
did it.
effort over outcome.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
It's that the thing that was driving you was, I'm so pumped that you lost. You don't deserve to win that. It's the best. It's in the moment where you want to push hard and you've got 2 minutes left, that final 2 minutes, and then you scale back because you're not going to hit the milestone, as opposed to, I'm going to push myself to make myself proud, regardless of whatever stupid milestone there is, regardless of if I'm the last person there or there's still 40 people still in this race who are better than me.
But in that moment, I had already made myself proud because I went further than I thought, faster. So that's why I was like, well, okay, I can pull back.
Yeah, but that's the problem. Great. Awesome, Mark. Here's your little candy. Great. You dialed back. You dialed back when you shouldn't have, because you were worried about trying to hit some milestone instead of actually making yourself proud.
Anyway, this has been bothering me all day. And now it's going to bother me for a long time because apparently I don't get it in the moment.
No, well, you're
so
kind of catching it afterwards.
So I'm running 11.
Yeah.
I only went to 11 to try and hit the milestone. When I realized that I couldn't hit the milestone, I was like, well, what's the point? So I'll pull back a little bit. And then when I realized
that's it, all of that, that's what you need to change.
I need to change that.
Yes.
But if I didn't have the milestone, I wouldn't have pushed myself so far out of my comfort zone.
Exactly. That's the thing you need to change.
I don't understand this at all. I don't get it. This has been since February. You've been talking to me about this, and we've done many podcast episodes on this, and I still don't get it.
I'm gonna get on the treadmill and run my face off and make myself proud of the effort that I put in, whether I hit 11 or 12 or 4. Because I have a cold and I'm dead tired and I can't do it.
But I'm just proud. I'm just proud that I show up every day.
That's not enough.
I know that's not enough. So I have to set myself aggressive targets that challenge me to prove to myself that I'm capable of doing it. Otherwise, I'll give up.
The aggressive target is not some magical fairy tale unicorn number that you're chasing down. Because it's what you're capable of. You need to show Mark Drager what you're capable of. And today, this is this morning? Or was last night?
This morning.
No, this morning. This morning, you were capable of pushing to an 11 and staying there for the final 2 minutes. You were capable of that, and you didn't do it. That's the lesson.
But I only would put myself in that situation because the goal is there.
That's the problem.
You can continue to say that's the problem. We can identify that's the problem. I don't understand how to rewire myself for this not to be the problem then.
The rewiring is in when you're about to turn down because you realize you're not going to hit your goal.
I say, I'm going to do this anyway.
You say, I'm Mark goddamn Drager, and I'm going to crush this thing. Screw that milestone. That's it. That's what you do. I threw my hat on the floor.
For the audio listeners, that thumb was him ripping off his hat and throwing it on the floor.
Yep. You take your, you should have, this is exactly what you should have done. You should have thrown your towel on the floor while you're running at 11. Take your shirt off and throw it on the floor. Because you had that thought.
I have to tell you, though, still deep down inside, I'm pretty proud of how well I did. I crushed it.
Dude, you did. It's amazing.
11 is like, 11 and 12, I run for 30 seconds, all outs. I don't do that for 2 minutes straight.
Yes. So, but you could have done more.
I could have.
When you're feeling great, listen, Alex,
Alex from TDS, our friend
Alex
of the
from TDS.
channel.
Oh yeah. Alex. Oh yeah, I guess you're Alex's friend of the channel. Now it's confusing because we got two Alexes.
No. When you say Alex, I think of your Alex still, but I call him friend of the channel, even though he is the manager of the company that Evan owns.
So Alex, yes. So Alex from TDS this morning messaged me this comment about. So he runs Toronto Dance Salsa Dancing School. This report came out around how salsa dancing can help people with depression and anxiety. And they did some study and people went through it, and they salsa dancing specifically, right? Which is good. And we should be using this in our marketing and everything else, right? Not just dancing or walking or physical activity, like salsa dancing classes, right? Helps anxiety and depression. Awesome. So he sends it out to his instructor team because they have this WeChat or group or whatever. And everybody's freaking out and says, oh my God, that's so true. And this helped me. And we should brainstorm and meet up and discuss how we can leverage this. Right. And he's like, I just had a mental orgasm, right? It's like people are getting it. Like, dude, this sucks. What are you talking about? Like, why do we need an article to validate it? You should read that and say, yep, we're already doing it. How many people come into TDS? Like, everybody's living with anxiety and depression. They're coming to TDS and they're getting cured through the process. Like, it's already happening. But now that this article comes out, that's what's going to trigger people to have a meeting to talk about it. Like, this is embarrassing.
I love that that's your reaction, because as soon as you said the article we should be using it, I thought that's too rational. You don't need data.
Well, I think it's great for a sales pitch. I think it's great to include, like, in our marketing for sure. But when I see that, it's like, of course that makes sense. They should be writing about us. We're doing it. I think we're the best we're the best in the world at this, at teaching how to cure anxiety and depression through salsa dancing. Like, there's nobody better in the world.
Right.
There isn't. I mean, I would throw us against anybody. So, but the fact that that article is the thing that triggers this group meeting, like tonight, it pisses me off. I
like Angry Evan. Evan and super, like Evan with tears in your eyes.
Yeah.
Those are the two versions of you I love the most, man.
Because if you're so high on that, like, what did I write to Alex? This is all caps. Let me find it. This is great. I wrote in all caps.
That's not a benchmark. It's an embarrassment.
Yeah. He said, okay, well, let me see. Alex, I'll be fine with me sharing this. I wrote, no, we should be pissed. Should always be top of mind. So when an article like that comes out, we're like, yep, we know that. We don't need to meet or brainstorm because we're living it. He writes, then I write, but that article we should use in our promo website marketing newsletter, make a video on it. Then he writes, okay, let's be pissed. And I write, that's the game. When you have a mental orgasm, you get pissed because this is all caps. Freaking nothing, small potatoes, BS garbage. And then back to regular. But when you're down, then you praise yourself for being a god. Yeah. And he said, you're 1,000,000% right. Anyway.
You know what? Can I tell you something? Earlier this week, on Wednesday, you posted on Instagram a caption of you.
Okay.
A little quick story of you pointing to a thumbnail you created, and you said, do you ever do work that you're so proud of, you just keep staring at it?
Yeah, right.
And because I'm in a creative field, I totally do this. This blooper video we put on Instagram 2 weeks ago, I've watched like 1 million times. I love it.
Okay.
But I actually listen back to our podcasts.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, I laugh along. I'm like, oh, I can't believe I haven't said that. That's so good. And I am probably a bigger fan of our own podcast than anything else.
I think that's great.
I think that's great too. But
by the way, that thumbnail lost.
Oh.
in one cycle, lost after 2 days. That's one cycle.
I'm so happy that happened to you.
It lost.
And so that's great. But I'm listening back to last week's podcast episode, and I'm like, wow, this is a really good episode. I love this. What lessons I'm learning. I'm coming along the way. And now I'm thinking about myself listening back to this episode and going, Mark can't learn anything. It's the same thing all of the time. I haven't figured this out yet. I wasn't even going to talk to you about this today. This wasn't even this week's episode podcast topic, because I think listeners are going to get tired of hearing us say the same things all over again.
Well, all I say is the same things all over again anyway. It's just different contexts and different stories, and you are growing. This is where now it's the other side, right?
Yeah,
You're
yeah.
God. I'm growing.
A
How
million
much?
versus not being an 8 like last week.
How am I learning? Yeah, just a different format. How am I?
What are you playing with? You are swinging something around. Looks like a belt or something, or a barbecue. What is that?
This is Pat Flynn's. It's a tripod.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
But then you can also fold it, and it's a selfie stick.
Hmm.
Yeah, it's pretty comfortable, easy to use. You know, I was realizing while you were telling your story,
You were thinking of something else, yes?
I'm waiting for you to get to something I can use, right? Like you're setting up all this context. Like I get it. Let's go. Like, what are you saying, right? But I don't want to be rude.
Go.
And I realize this isn't just a Mark Drager thing because I could, whatever. I'm not worried about you feeling like I'm being rude to you. But I think I fidget with things because while Gary Vee will interrupt people, I'll be more polite.
Yeah, and that hurts you.
Yeah, but I like, it's why I play with my ring, or like I'm here, like I'm waiting, like okay, I get it.
Yeah, that hurts you.
Yeah, interesting.
We talked about that actually. I think I don't know when we talked about it, whether it was at dinner or maybe on the last Road to 10 Million series that we record once a month. But you actually should interrupt people.
Yeah, more.
No, all the time.
More. I mean, I do way more, but I need to do it even more.
Okay, so interrupt me. What's the point?
Yeah.
What's the point? I'm not gonna get this. You know, I'm progressing. Whatever. I'm getting way better. That's cool. You know, it's not you're light. I'm dark. You're pulling me into lightness. All that fun stuff. But.
Yeah.
Some of these things I'm wired the way that I'm wired.
No,
and
come on, holy Christ, Jesus.
No, it's not a limiting self-belief. It's self-awareness. It's not. It's self-awareness. Yes.
No, it's not. No, that's the problem.
It's not a limiting self-belief. It's
of course
just understanding. It's understanding that I don't get competitive. I don't really get competitive unless if I see something that I think I can achieve, and then I want it.
Okay, great. So the next time, here's what's going to happen. The next time you're doing something like this, and you have some amazing unicorn goal that is so meaningful, and then you realize that you're not going to hit it and you want to dial back, you're going to recall this episode.
Yeah. And
you say, you know what?
Because it's painful and it's embarrassing.
You know what? It's not embarrassing. You're not embarrassed. You're going to go back.
No, I'm willing to share. I'm willing to share it. But I this morning I'm not angry. I was so disappointed in myself.
That's a better word. So here's what's going to happen. You're going to go back.
Yeah.
Like the next time this happens, you're going to go back and think about this conversation in real time while you're on the treadmill, while you're about to press that down arrow from 11 down to 10-5 down, right? And you realize you're pressing the down arrow on your life. And you're not going to do it.
Okay. I hope not.
And in that moment is the next breakthrough.
I hope not. And the reason why I was going to share it with you, where I said, can I tell you a story, is because I knew that you would find some gold that you could spin within this, because this is actually one of the most disappointing things. Like I'm more disappointed in myself from this than, I don't know, months.
Yeah. But this is great though. That's amazing. That's growth.
And that's why when I say I'm embarrassed, I am. Like I'm embarrassed.
Embarrassed. Disappointed is the word.
Okay, disappointed. I'm disappointed.
Yes, that's a good word.
Yeah.
And you should be.
I am.
I'm glad you lost. I'm so pumped because if you won and then you felt great, like Jesus.
But imagine how great that would have been as the comeback kid.
No.
Coming back for myself.
No. Coming back because you realize, I can still hit this goal. So now I'm going to push harder again.
Every hero has that like, I'm going to do it. Oh, I can't do it. Wait, I'm going to push even harder. And then they do it. And they're like, yeah, they did it.
Yes.
But instead now it was just taken from me by myself.
But you're only pushing hard because of the goal, not to make yourself proud. That's the problem.
Yes.
You're gonna get better next time. The fact that you're so disappointed in it is already great growth. And the next time you're going to be even more disappointed, and you're going to do it. And here's probably going to happen. You may not even recall in the moment.
Yeah.
But as you're pressing the down arrows and you're like a minute in on 9, you're like, what am I doing?
Right.
What am I doing right now? I'm a 9? Are you kidding me? And you rip your shirt off and put the thing back to 11, and then you crush it. Yeah. And that's going to be the greatest day of your year. Even if you don't hit your stupid goal.
Yeah. And of course, this is all just an analogy for business and life and relationships and everything else.
The whole thing.
It's the whole thing.
Mm-hmm.
It's the whole thing.
I want to walk more.
Okay.
I'm thinking about doing walking meetings.
Yeah. I used to do them all the time. I would do calls or videos or whatever. I mean, your hands started to get tired or whatnot, but I mean, you could easily, I mean, the other thing you can do is just get a, you want to be outside or you want to walk more? Just get a treadmill in your office. Just get a treadmill.
I have a treadmill in my building.
No. Get a treadmill in your office.
Uh-huh.
The other way, right that way, that corner where that closet is facing the other way.
Oh, not while I'm working? Like a treadmill desk?
No. Your desk is awesome. You're not going to want
a trampoline. Yeah,
you're on the trampoline. Trampoline. Listen, facing the window is trampoline heaven, right? This thing that you're doing right now, this doesn't change. Walking meeting, Evan, is just the angle that points this way, and you got enough space.
I'm thinking about, I'm just going to tell Alex, hey, Monday, we're going to walk. Bundle up. We're going to go outside and walk.
The problem with that though is okay, that's fine. Do that. That's easy. That's fine. I think you can have a treadmill there like tomorrow afternoon plugged in and you could build yourself like a little holder thing, and then you can just walk and do your thing. No?
Maybe.
The problem with walking with someone for walking meetings is you got to match their pace. And at least when I walk with long strides really quickly, and I hate slowing down for people. So they're like jaunting, like Alex would be jaunting to keep up with me.
Yeah, I walk quickly. That's good. Good. Alex needs to walk faster.
Then take the dogs with you too then.
Pick up the pace, Alex.
Pick up the pace. Idea to action. Great. But he's going to kill you. You got to wait till Monday to start your walking meetings? Nah, that's terrible.
I like your thinking, dude. I like it. See, if you actually did this, life is going to change.
See, here's the thing. You and I are on another meeting in 29 minutes. Maybe you should do that as a walking one.
All right.
You should grab your phone. We should do the next one walking.
We need an internet connection. What we're going to do outside? We do Zoom.
Yeah, I don't know. You can't do it off your phone?
A Zoom off my phone? Can I do Zoom?
Go down to the treadmill. Go down to the treadmill in your building.
Ooh.
Yeah. In 28 minutes, you could be there.
Can I walk? I can't walk on a trampoline. Not very effective.
No.
It's not real walking.
No. Anyway, this is great. Like you and me hanging out. This content. We've really killed the mood now for the podcast. Though.
Really, guys? If you're tuning out at this point, you suck. Like
we've slowed things down.
What?
We've slowed.
No. But that ideation process is how you should run your life.
Okay, now we've hit on something.
Yeah. I decided last night while I'm making my website and we launch at 5:45 in the morning or whatever it was, and I wake up and think I want to do walking, and then I speak that into existence here on the podcast, right? The same day, even though we're not talking about walking, we're talking about Mark and his goals and all that.
Yeah.
And then what happens next? Like that's what's important.
Action.
It's like, hey, we're going to be doing a live thing in 29 minutes. Can we make that a walking show? Can you go and get a treadmill right now for your office and get that set up tomorrow?
And it won't be perfect, and it might be glitchy, but it's the greatest thing ever if you can do it.
Wait until Monday to do it when we're recording this on a Friday.
Too long.
Like that's going to be death.
Yes.
That's the whole process.
Yeah.
That ideation process that just happened now should be the discussion that you have with your friends, should be the discussion you have with your wife, your husband, should be the discussion you have with yourself.
Yes.
If you were bored and tuned out on that part because we weren't high energy, you're losing. That was like the most important part of this entire podcast.
I love how riled up you are right now. This is so good. This is fun. You know what? It's like, so the reason why I'm in this crappy, basement thing right now is because I typically record at home from my daughter's playroom or whatever. I don't have a space. I don't have lighting. It looks like garbage. We have this great room that I can use, but it's been full of junk for 4 years. And so I recorded with Tess on a Friday evening, and then I was like, I got to start. So I was actually kind of pissed I had to wait till the next morning. But the next morning at 8:30, I started cleaning out the stuff. Now that was 2 weeks ago because I can only work on weekends, but still I was so happy I got started. It was awesome.
That's it. That's what people are missing. Momentum.
Yeah.
How do you do it right now?
Right now.
So
okay. So are you going to do this? Are you going to do this in 26 minutes? Our next call, you're going to be on the treadmill.
Okay. I'll probably need a little bit more time, or we have to end this a little early because I don't know what the password is for the treadmill down there.
Okay, put a coat on and just walk outside.
I'll just walk outside. I need to get to a Wi-Fi. Oh, sorry, not a Wi-Fi. I need to get to like a data zone because my house sucks for internet.
Yeah.
But we can do it off a phone, right?
Yeah. Why?
I can record.
I don't see why not. No. See, now doubt is creeping in. I can see it on your face.
No, I just need to figure out. Now it's just logistics. Now we just got to do it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. This is great.
I'm gonna walk.
Okay.
It's happening.
So for all the podcast listeners, that what we're about to record next is Evan's next installment of the Road to 10 Million.
Yeah.
And so to be continued. I did action. What?
Here's what we can do.
Yeah.
I can just keep this recording
going.
Yeah. We'll keep this one going, and then I'll hop out to.
Or
I'll mute my microphone and camera.
Or you just make me the host, and then I can just hit the record button for you to the cloud.
Can I make you host?
I think you can. I did it yesterday.
I think we'll just do that. I think we'll mute this.
Yeah.
I'll mute my camera. I'll mute my microphone so it doesn't pick me up as the main screen. And then I'll go on my phone and take the same link and dial in, and I can do it. Yeah.
Yes. We just figured it out.
Yep. That's how it works. Listeners, you need to get the most pumped about that last 7 minutes.
And it was the most boring. It's just like logistics. It's the most boring part.
No, but that's the thought process is the whole thing. Because all we talk about is stories, which is great, and then advice, which is great. But this is it happening in real time. Yeah. I said I want to walk, and then my friend Mark Drager, I'm willing to wait till Monday, right? Like I'm gonna tell Alex we're gonna do this on Monday. I'm good with that. Mark, with his higher standards than me, is upset that Monday is not death to me. And for my very next meeting happening in 20 minutes now, he wants me to go off and do it. And he's gonna join me on my journey to do it with me. See, that's a good friend. That's what you need. I need to be a good friend to others and a good friend to yourself.
You are being very gracious at giving me that much credit. Mostly I just wanted to poke you because this is what you do to me. So I wanted to get you back. But
I don't feel like I was gotten back. I feel blessed.
No, it was great. I unlocked something. I need to wear Evan's skin more often.
Momentum. This is what you should do for everybody.
Yeah.
Great. What can we do right now?
What can we do right now? Wow. Did you see that?
Is the dog spazzing out and wants to get out?
The dog is moving around and almost knocked everything over. Woo, anyway, cool. So that's awesome. What else do you want to talk about?
I don't know. I'm just a donkey.
You say you're the donkey. Last week I said I'm worried I'm going to have only a 5-minute episode, and you said we're never going to have a 5-minute episode. Well, we're 38 minutes in, and this is actually the natural conclusion for this conversation. So you want to switch gears? You want to hit another story? What do you want to do?
So Adrian, a guy on my team as well, messaged me this morning. We're working on some graphics. So here's the thing. So yesterday, I designed and made my whole website in maybe 6 hours yesterday.
One day.
Yeah. So I started at
10 p.m.
No, I didn't start at 10 p.m. I started at, I want to say like 2-ish.
In the morning?
No. 2 in the afternoon.
Okay.
I was working from like 2 to 6.
That's
2 to 5, 3 hours in the afternoon. And then came back and then hung out with Nina, whatever. She went to bed, and then I played some League of Legends, and then kept going. Because I was too excited about my website. League of Legends distracts me.
Yeah.
right? So then I can sleep. But anyway, I didn't sleep. So I woke up and did it again. So all in probably about 6 hours working on the homepage. And then my website guy is in Eastern Europe. So he was waking up and said,
Yep.
Mihoville, we gotta let's go. How do we
Let's
launch
go.
it right now? How do we launch it right now? And he's talking about, well, we can't just move the whole root domain over because there's pages that will break. And in my head's like, oh my God, like do you not even like how long have we been working together?
Yeah.
I would break the whole site. It's going up today. Like, let's go. Anyway, I came with a different solution where it's just a subdomain. So the whole
Hold on. Why aren't you mad at yourself? You just said, how long have we been working together?
Yeah.
You should be mad at yourself that you've been working together with him for so long and he still doesn't understand it.
Yes.
Right?
So we get it up.
You're going to let that go, eh?
No, it's true. Yes. So Adrian was a guy who was messaging. I was trying to find at the top. This is super minutia now. In my banner, I wasn't happy with this flat black background that I had for my banners.
Yeah.
And so I was looking at Lamborghini websites and a bunch of other websites to kind of get design ideas.
Yeah.
And
so now you have this honeycomb thing, which actually matches the look on your shirts or something, doesn't it?
No, but like it feels like it's a good match.
Yeah.
But initially I'm thinking I want to have my airplane like subtle in the background, and I couldn't figure it out. And so Adrian, my designer, I'm messaging and like he's not on, he's sleeping, whatever. Like, okay, whatever, screw this. I'm gonna do it, right? So I just did it. And then I found the honeycomb, like, oh my God, this is amazing. So he messages me this morning. I'm like, oh, don't worry, man. I did it. We solved it. It's up. It's ready to go. Like there are projects for me that are ongoing, that are part of like, we have 4 videos a day that go up, that are workflow, that are on timelines, and you can project those out. But then Evan gets skunk work, Evan projects. And when you're working with Evan on a project, like you have to move now.
Right.
Or you're not on the inner team.
Or you're left behind.
Yeah. You're like, okay, you go back to those projects.
Right.
That's how it is. Like, I need feedback on this right now. This is going up right because I'm in the zone right now working on this, and I may not touch it for another 2 weeks. So join me and let's go, or just keep back and doing your thing.
Right.
So there's like 2 separate teams. Anyway, so he got back to me and like, he's already up. The whole thing is already up. Forget about just the design background. Like the whole thing is already launched. It's up, right? Anyway, so then he also messages me about, I have a question for you since I got you about how do I have a hard time accepting compliments. I love giving compliments to other people. And when I do it, it's genuine and loving. And like, it really fills me up to know that I made an impact on somebody and I want to tell them good things. And I'm trying to do more of that. But when somebody gives me a compliment, I have a hard time accepting it because I feel like a fake and I could have done better. And that I know that it's genuine for them, but I can't accept it.
Okay.
And so I told them the problem isn't them. The problem is you.
Yeah.
This is a self-love issue. You have to match your biggest critic to being your biggest fan. Right. And so as I was thinking about the yin yang, the black and the white, and they have to be equal. Right. Like the amount of, no matter how much you think I should be pissed at myself for not helping Mihoville, like, yes, I'm more pissed at myself than you are at me for it. Right. Like, and at the same time, I'm amazing and love myself more than you do, right? Which I think is how it is supposed to be. And so most people are only filled up on the darkness, the black part, and having very little white, where you need to have the light. And the more light you have, the more you can actually take on the criticism, right? Like the more you love yourself, the more you feel amazing and unstoppable and powerful, then the more you can actually be I think you should be an even bigger critic. Like as hard as you feel you are on yourself, I think you should be 10 times harder on yourself, more. But you can't handle it, you, Mark Drager, like you listeners, you can't handle it right now. You can't handle being harder because it'll destroy you. Because you're already at the breaking point because there's so little self-love in that equation that any little extra bit of criticism like is going to push you off the deep end. But if you filled it up with tons of extra self-love, then you can actually push harder and be 10 times more critical on yourself. I've said that in different forms before. I just like the circle. I've said that I like the circle analogy. I like the yin yang. You got to fill up with more white. More light.
The reason I don't know what to say after that is because it's so true, right? Like I think of I think of all the moments where I just get so tired of carrying all the weight and all of the bad things. But it's hard to start with love, like loving yourself. If the answer to being able to actually push yourself harder is to love yourself more, so you got to love yourself more, so that way you can get over the current things that are holding you back, getting hard on you. So just so you can get even harder, just so you can prove to yourself how great you are, so you'll love yourself more. If I'm understanding that that's what you're saying, it's really hard to start loving yourself, though.
That's a interesting twist / interpretation of it. It's not wrong. You're just looking at it from a really negative perspective.
Welcome to the darkness, Evan. You are an eternal optimist. I am a pessimist. I don't want to be a pessimist.
Not true.
I don't
Nobody's a pessimist.
want to be sarcastic. I don't want to be negative. I don't.
You don't want to because you're not.
Listen, the other day I posted 2 stories that I didn't even see as being negative, and you went, "Wow, Mark's Insta feed is depressing," and I went, "Is it?"
Just complaining. He's complaining. It's so cold outside. Complaining. And what's the second one? Disney Plus. Blah blah blah. Some stupid. Great. Let's just go to Instagram and complain about things.
See, and that's the thing that got me. It's because I didn't even see it as complaining. I saw it like it's -17. And the reason I posted is because I talked to Tess, and she's in summer in Australia and we're in winter. And I posted it so that way she would see how cold it was as fodder for the conversation we're about to have. And the Disney Plus thing that I posted with it crashing, I posted to say, I'm on Disney Plus. It's this new great thing. But Disney, what the heck? You're dropping the ball when half of your service, it's so popular that your service can't even keep up because it keeps crashing.
Why focus on that? How about 1 million people sign up for Disney on the first day? How about,
Yeah.
I mean, even
Yeah.
the thing that triggered on the negative
I don't have a
still a
defense.
caption.
I don't have a defense for it. I didn't see it. I didn't realize it. I didn't see it as complaining. I didn't see it as anything. It was
awesome. That's okay, but now you do.
So that's why I didn't respond to your thing, because one, I wasn't defensive. It just made me think, and I went, yeah, okay.
Great, dude. Yes, we play small 89% of the day, more than that. All day long, we're playing small.
Yeah,
Great. Now you caught it. So now
you're the optimist. You're the eternal optimist.
So are you. So is everybody listening.
Yeah.
The seeds of negativity that were planted in your face by humans before you, aka your parents, your community, your friends, your uncle. That's their negativity. Not yours. You're an optimist. Yeah.
Cool. You've said it. I get it. It's just we're both coming from a place of rest, right? Your place of rest is naturally in one area. My place of rest is somewhere else. And you're not even capable. You're not even good at it. You're not even capable of being as cynical or negative that as where my resting place is. We've tried in past episodes, right? You can't even get there. You've tried with the crap challenge. You can't even get there.
It's a skill. You're very highly skilled at it because you have a lot of practice.
Oh, I'm so good at it. So
that's it. It's a skill that you practiced a lot. Take free throws every day. You'll get better.
Yeah.
So you've come up to that line 1,000 times a day. Great. So you're awesome at it.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't mean that you were born with a basketball in your hand. Yep.
Okay. I'm working at it, man. I'm working at it.
Anyway, so the whole point of loving yourself more isn't just so that you could take on more crap. Like that's how you position in it, right?
That's what you said. You said you should be harder on yourself, but you can't be harder on yourself because you can't handle it. Great.
Yes.
Bring on love so that way you can get over the stuff and realize I'm amazing. So that way you can be harder on yourself. So that way it'll feed and make you more proud, which makes you love yourself more, which means you can be harder on yourself.
The outcome.
Yeah.
Like the end result is not so that you can be harder on yourself. It's so that you can be happy.
Okay.
So that you can serve others.
I don't know. I don't know if I can be happy.
Of course you can.
And I'm not trying to even poke you here or feed you here. I don't know. I don't know if sustained happiness is possible.
You already are more happy.
I am more happy. I don't know if sustained happiness is possible.
So don't worry about sustained happiness yet. You're making progress. I don't know if Mark Drager can run the Boston Marathon. Okay, great. He could have gone to 11 today for the last 2 minutes.
Yeah.
Sustained happiness. You're talking about like the ultimate holy grail for everybody on the planet for life. You don't know that that is possible. Awesome. Great. You can get a little bit further than where you are now.
Yeah. I just need to make the windows longer. I need to make the windows. Let me tell you, let me report back. So a whole bunch of weeks ago, or maybe even a month or two ago, we talked about Mark wanting to change. There was an episode that tweaking your schedule might cost you your marriage. You remember I was talking about how I wanted to go to a 10-day straight block. And then Jacqueline came on the podcast and you guys both yelled at me about how stupid that idea was.
Okay.
So your response was, I need to transition into the weekend and out of the weekend better.
Yeah.
I have figured out the transition into the weekend.
Great.
So that's amazing.
Okay, but listen, go back. Feel how you were when you messaged me when I was in Dallas and you messaged me with this whole idea.
Yeah.
And the overwhelming feeling of it being impossible to transition. Like, this is just not possible. This is who I am. I can't leave it at work. I can't transition properly. This is it. So my solution is don't even try and instead do a 10-day a week schedule I'm working. And now, I don't know, 3 months later, I don't know how long it's been. Dude, I solved it.
But I haven't been able to figure out Mondays. Mondays is impossible.
Wow.
Mondays is impossible. I'm telling
Great.
you, I'll never figure out Mondays. Yeah, I'm just saying that just because I know how stupid that sounds.
But that's the shift in the belief system that's already happening. We've seen the evolution of Mark Drager through the podcast, through the video episodes.
Yep. It's basically become my diary now.
Well, and your journey is everybody's journey. For everybody who says it's not possible. Oh, and look, 3 years later, 3 months later, 3 weeks later, it's just choosing to shorten that window from being I am fat and happy or sad and skinny.
Yep.
And now he's happier than he's ever been and skinnier than he's been since high school. You're below high school weight now, right?
No, I
Almost.
I haven't been able to hit my high school.
Okay. Weight. Almost. But you've lost the most weight since what? Like 20 years or something? 15 years.
Yeah, I'm like 18 years, something like that.
Great.
17, 18 years, yeah.
And happier than you were before. From the guy who said I can be skinny and unhappy or fat and happy.
Yep. Yeah, I was thinking about that the other day again too.
So it's choosing to shorten the window. You want to.
I'm actually kind of pissed at you that all those years ago you just let me accept that. Because you knew how stupid that sentiment was. You were already on the other side of this. I was thinking about it. I was like, why did Evan let me get away with that?
Yeah.
You should have been like, what? Because I said it to you. I said it to you. I mean, we were at Mastermind, but I remember specifically saying it. Yeah.
It's part me getting better and it's part you being ready.
Yeah. I mean, it's not your responsibility to turn me around all the time, but you were a witness to a lot of things before.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So fix Monday.
Yeah.
So what did you do to change the thing so that Friday to Saturday or Friday to Friday night is better? Today's Friday. So what are you doing today that's going to make that transition happen?
Yeah, today's a bit of a different day, but Jack and I have lunch together every Friday now. 1 hour, just 1 hour. Just 1 hour lunch where we can connect, we can talk about the week. And during the week, we're so busy that we actually kind of unclick. But having lunch together on Friday, it sets us up for a great Friday night and then clicking together all weekend. And it makes weekends awesome because I'd love to figure out the week next, but our weekend marriage is like being married or on vacation. Everything's amazing. And then our week marriage is like logistics and busy. Right. So, but it helps transition to the weekend ahead.
And then do you go back to work after lunch or after Friday lunch, you're done?
No.
You go back to work, but that's still enough of a transition for you.
Yeah. Or like we'll pick up the kids together and then so it gives me like from like 1:30 to 3 or 1:30 to 2:30, just that and then I go back to work and then, and because we've connected, it's not a big deal if I work later, if it's 5 or 5:30 or even 6, So it's just that connection, and then setting up, the night we have ahead, going out and doing something, or whatever, it's Saturday or the Sunday. Yeah. It just sets up the weekend. It was actually pretty easy twist.
I mean, it usually is. It's just what is the thing that will stick, right? Like It might have been meditation, but then you don't want to meditate with her or whatever, right? Awesome, dude. So what are you going to do for Monday? To get back into it on Monday. You don't want the weekend to end.
What am I going to do for Monday? I don't know.
Sunday night, you have a call with Louie.
That could do it. That could literally be the answer.
or we record these on Sunday night. I don't know if I can
that would fire me up, but yeah. Don't give away family logistics time.
Sunday night I'm doing salsa dancing and then League of Legends coaching.
There you go.
Yeah, I'm sucking hard, man. I have a loss streak that is.
Are you literally getting worse? Like the more you're coached, actually, the worse you're playing? Because if that's the case, I would love that.
No.
Think how awesome that would be. If innately you were really good at it, and then you went and sought coaching, and it made you worse.
Well, I'm not innately good at it.
Okay.
I was in bronze, which is the second worst division. Is iron then bronze, and he got me to silver pretty quickly. From bronze to silver was like bang, bang, bang happening. The goal is to get the gold, and I got close. There's 4 levels, the division in silver, and I got to the top division in silver. Yeah. And then after that, you get the lowest division in gold, which is the goal. But there's like a week, not even I don't know when the season ends. I think it's this week, maybe a couple days. And I fell back to silver 3.
Oh, so you got to get up to silver 4 before you can even get to gold 1.
No. 3, 2, 1, and then gold
4.
4.
You fell that much.
Yeah. So it's like.
But are you proud of the effort?
I've been playing 3 games a day, dude. Yeah, I'm proud of my effort. I'm not getting the results on it. But that doesn't mean I'm gonna quit because I'm not gonna hit my goal.
No, I'm not suggesting that you quit.
Good.
But what I'm suggesting is, does it not make you feel worse about yourself?
No.
Oh.
I'm not good enough.
See, it makes me feel worse about myself.
I need to get better. My default reaction is I need to get better. Like what people are, and I've had also I've had a string of bad luck where people leave the game. I've had like 3 out of 5 games people left the game, which is a high enough. Like you're playing 5 against 5. If one person leaves, 4 against 5.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's really hard. It's not impossible. I won one of them, and I felt great. Like
Are you not tilting anyone?
I tried to do less of that. I do a
That's
little bit every
losing.
now and then.
That's why you're losing.
Yeah, maybe. I'm just not proud of myself for using psychological warfare. Sometimes if they're being like really, sometimes I will. But I've really toned down on that. Yeah, that makes me proud.
There you go.
Yeah.
There you go. Well, so we talked about a bunch of different things, none of which are the things that I thought we were going to talk about today.
What did you want to talk about? What was it going to be?
Don't worry about it. I'll save it.
I'm not worried. I'm curious.
Yeah, I'll save it for another time.
I'm not going to remember next week. What was the time? I'm just curious.
I wanted to talk about early entrepreneurship, and it was going to be one of those topics, not for me, but for the audience.
Ah, Jesus. Okay, as soon as it's not for me, but for the audience. This is but where I was going to go with it is it's actually cyclical. So the very same things that hold you back from starting your business are the same things that hold you back from year 2, those same things that hold you back from year 12 and year 15 and what have you. I'm super glad we didn't do that.
Well, there you go. You're welcome.
I don't know if thank you is the right
now, Evan,
return on that, but
you're welcome.
All right. I think it should be the other. I think I should be saying you're welcome.
Can I tell you something that's amazing?
Oh, yes.
I'm rubbing off on Jacqueline so much and pushing her outside of her comfort zone because of you.
Yeah.
That we're having this Christmas party that we have every year. We have every year before Christmas, we have a caroling party that turns into a karaoke party.
Yeah.
You don't like karaoke, or Nina doesn't, so you guys weren't invited.
Okay.
I was going to invite you, and then I thought, no, Nina hates it, so it makes no point. You're not going to drive out to Oshawa anyway and karaoke. Anyway, that aside, so Jacqueline's inviting this friend, and the friend responds with, I don't know, I don't sing very well. And my wife is actually a very, very good singer. So this is part of why she likes karaoke. Okay. And so I said, Jacqueline, respond with, don't worry, no one sings well except me. I'm awesome. And she's like, I can't say that. And I was like, but you know that's true. You know none of us sing well except you, and that you're really, really good at this. And she's like, so I said, say it. Go ahead and text it. She's going to love it. So she texts it and sends it out, and the person thought it was the funniest thing ever. Just like, not false confidence, but just like herself putting her out there. So I was really proud of Jacqueline for that.
Listen, if Jacqueline was not growing alongside you, she would first hate me. Why is Tess joining in?
Tess isn't supposed to be joining in. Oh, you know why? You know why Tess is joining in? Because our daylight savings made her go from 12 hours difference to 14 hours difference, and it's messed up your time slots. Right, Tess?
Totally right.
Tess,
Totally
we're doing our Something to Poo podcast, so welcome aboard. But I don't have you in for another 2 hours.
Wow, that's nuts. That is wild.
I still have to do a whole other show with Mark after this.
Oh, man. All right. Well, I'm going to drink my water and leave you guys to it.
What? How early in the morning is it? 7 a.m. there?
Yes, it's 7 a.m.
Well, good morning
on a
to
Saturday.
you. Have you had your coffee yet?
No.
Your husband, her husband can only make instant. See, we've already done a 7 a.m. podcast over in Australia. We know what this is all about.
Ladies and gentlemen,
And he's not here.
Tess Crawley, legendary, I don't know, soothsayer of mindset for entrepreneurs.
No, you were. What did your bio used to say? A Tasmanian forensic psychologist or something?
Yeah, I'm clinical. Gosh, it's echoey in here. I have no furniture. I'm in my new apartment. I have no
psychologist
furniture.
is such a just not enough.
It's not enough
to describe Tess
Not
Crawley,
enough?
the legend that is. Yeah. Consigliere to entrepreneurs. That's what it should be. Something like that. Anyway.
Oh my goodness. All right.
Tess,
Am I
Tess
leaving
and
you
I do a
guys?
show, and Mark and Tess now do a show too. So go follow her. And,
We're sharing the love.
And I'll see you in 2 hours, Tess.
Apparently so.
Okay, thanks, Tess.
Have fun. Bye.
Bye, Tess.
Bye.
It was amazing.
That was fun.
So if Jacqueline wasn't growing with you, not that she's growing in the same way as you, but growing on her own as you're growing, then she would first hate me. Hate me.
Mm-hmm.
And part of her probably did hate me, and maybe still does hate me. Apart. And then she would hate you. And then that would be the end. So I'm super pumped.
So funny, she used to find me watching your videos, because I didn't have headphones and stuff, irritating, because she's just like, oh, you're watching Evan again. You talk to him. You do mastermind with Evan. All of this stuff. But somewhere along last year, when I got depressed, and then you came in, and then we became closer friends, and we traveled and all this stuff, she was like, oh, she's like, something within her was like, oh, you have a friend. That's so nice. So she started putting up with you, and then she started following you, and then she started learning from you. And
it's also why,
I've told you that other people think that I've been brainwashed, right? You know that, right?
Yeah, of course. But you've been brainwashed in reality. You've just had the eyes opened up. Like, they're brainwashed with not, I want to say stupidity. That's maybe the wrong word, but
their own worldview. Let's say that.
No, it's not their worldview. Other people with no self-esteem's worldview.
Okay.
Yeah. Their worldview was awesome and positive and optimistic. Mm-hmm. They've been brainwashed with negativity. Yeah, but it's why I follow Jacqueline. Mm-hmm. Every time she posts, I try to leave a comment and something. I think percentage-wise, I comment on her stuff more than maybe anybody.
Yes. I appreciate. I've seen it. I've seen you do that, and I very much appreciate it, because she's early in it, and she's getting some support.
Oh, it's not even just that. I mean, that's nice, but it's more, okay, the most recent one, working out, I did that one.
Yeah.
So this one with the book, I did that.
Yeah.
I wrote Woo Good Luck. She was doing memorizing lines. This one, she's wearing some wig. I liked it and wrote epic. This one, Hell Week, I didn't see this one. I'll give that a heart right now. Oh, this one I didn't see either. See, Instagram. I'm going to give that one a like too. This one I liked, in the face.
Yeah.
Did I not leave a comment? Wow. Oh, I did.
Just
Wow.
for
No idea
our
it was
audio
you.
listeners, just so you know, our Evan's now going through my wife's Instagram feed.
Yeah,
You can follow her. It's Jack,
Jack.
J-A-C-Q, Jack, J-A-C-Q, because her name's Jacqueline, is strong.
Yeah.
Jack is strong, yeah.
Percentage-wise of people who I follow, she has to be at least in the top 5. I mean, I think it's partly because she posts infrequently, and so because I always comment and get a heart, like it usually shows up at the top of my feed. Whenever my son posts, I always respond to that one. When my wife posts, I always respond to that one.
Yeah. You used to always respond to Mark Drager's posts.
Yeah, it's
but
I think Jacqueline might be number 3. Like I think it might be my son, my wife, and then your wife.
I love that so much. Thank you. All I can say to that is thank you.
But it's not as much to just like because she's getting started and whatever. Like that's great.
Yeah. It's because you're worried about our marriage.
Yeah, like
you're worried that I'm growing so much. I know, because we had this huge conversation in Dallas about it.
Yeah.
You were worried that we're growing so much that if she can't keep up, that it's going to cause a lot of issues.
I don't want her to see me as the enemy, not because of me, but because of you.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So Jacqueline is my number 3.
I'm going to clip this. I'm going to clip this and send it to her.
I'm pretty sure. Like, it's legit. If you go through and see how many times I've liked and commented, I think the only times I have is if she's like posting in spurts and then Instagram doesn't recommend it to me. They only show 1. Like the Halloween, she posted like 4 at the same time or something.
Yeah.
So it only showed me 1 and I like that one. But
anyway, I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. So we got to move on though. We got to move on to the next thing. So we still got to do our
oh, is that the end? That's how we're ending the podcast?
Well, how do you want to end it? How do you want to end it?
Go follow Jacqueline. Jack is strong. And say there's something to prove, guys. Sent you.
Something to prove, guys. I love that. Your husband and his friend. Actually, she has a few followers. I went through her followers and she's just like, I don't know who this Joe guy is. He comments on everything. I was like, just Joe. That's Inspiration Nation. Yeah.
Anyway, we started this podcast very Mark was very sentimental, and we're ending on a lovely touch as well.
Boom, boom, boom. If your heart goes boom, boom, you got to do it.
Why is Australia at 2 hours on daylight savings? That doesn't make any sense.
Daylight. Okay, so there was 12 hours difference, and then they have moved into daylight savings time, and we have moved out of it. But they don't do it the same weeks as us either. They don't do it at the same time of year that we do
wild.
it. So there's this little slice where it goes from being 12 hours different. 12 hours difference to 14. And I ran into this with Tess last week when I was trying to book a time with her, and she kept telling me I had booked the wrong time. And I was like, your math just must be off.
That's messed up. Like 2 hours. Europe is 2 weeks off from us.
Because North America,
Arizona doesn't even do daylight savings.
North America moved their time, so we used to be on the same as Europe and Britain. And then when George Bush,
wait, Europe and Britain?
Yeah, Britain's not part of Europe.
Britain?
No.
What do you mean? I mean, Britain is not part of Europe.
If you go to the UK and ask if they're European, they will say no.
Come on, they're part
not
of
from
Europe.
the continent.
You're Europe. We are part of North America here in Canada. We are part of North America.
You can get all ideological about it.
All you British listeners, we love you.
At the end of the day, you know what? I need Joe to tell me. Listen, you will say Europe and Britain. It's a different part of it.
There's no way. That's not happening.
Anyway, I respect Britain a lot.
I'm part British.
Great. That must mean you know.
That is overly sensitive.
I would never call someone from Scotland British or someone from Wales British because they're Welsh or they might be British living in Wales or whatever.
It's the continent, dude.
That's great. Anyway,
Britain is not its own continent. The UK is not a continent. You're part of Europe. You may not be in the EU and trying to get out. Brexit, amazing.
Anyway,
or not.
So,
not
so
part of
Europe and Britain,
I mean, you are part of Europe,
are on the old timetables, and Canada and America changed because it's more, because it's better for the environment. Back in like 2006.
All right. Well, I didn't know it was better for the environment, but I support that.
Yeah, they did it for environmental reasons. Anyway, we're like totally eating into the next time. So
okay.
We're gonna
Thank
end
you
it.
guys
We're
for
gonna end it
listening.
there.
Go follow Jack is Strong. Send him the podcast. Guys, sent you. Much love. If you want to know 5 pieces of life-changing advice from monks and gurus, check out the video right there next to me. I think you'll enjoy it. Continue to believe, and I'll see you there.